Padres. Yes, a much different look. A superstar-laden lineup. After Jurickson Profar, the new addition, Juan Soto. Then it's Manny Machado. And Soto, of course, not the only new addition for San Diego. Josh Bell came over in the same deal. The first baseman bats cleanup. Quietly has been one of the best offensive players in baseball this year. Jake Cronenworth was an all-star. Brandon Drury, acquired from the Cincinnati Reds. Low-key, a big deal. Trent Grisham's in center field hitting 7th, with Jorge Alfaro doing the catching out of the 8th spot. And Ha-Sung Kim, Bob Melvin shortstop, hits 9th. On the mound for the Dodgers in this one is Tony Gonsolin, who has given up 12 runs over his last 3 games, but still second in wins with 12, second in ERA at 2.41.
This little slump over the last 3 starts has made a lot of Dodger fans worry. Is Tony going to fade? The workload is now the heaviest of his career. Will he be ready for October and be able to come through? This is a great test for him with the celebration of life for Vin and the ceremony that is kind of like playoff baseball with all the pageantry, and then to face a playoff team in the San Diego Padres that is much improved and very enthusiastic about all their additions.
And Tony Gonsolin having this breakout season. You see the pitch breakdown this year compared to last season, not throwing the 4-seam as much. Spitter usage has gone up. Curveball usage has gone up as he has transformed himself into one of the top pitchers in the National League.
Aggressiveness has been the key for this season. Attacking, getting the pitch count down, and really getting ahead of hitters throwing strikes.
Dodgers 27-5 over their last 32 games. They have a 12.5 game lead over the Padres. As Jurickson Profar climbs in, and off we go with a fastball strike. Padres have won 5 of their last 6 games. They're firmly in control of a wild card spot. Last time they came here, they arrived with a 1.5 game deficit in the division, but have gone 15-16 since. That corresponds with the Dodgers going bonkers, 27-5. And so at this point, those additions much more about solidifying the wild card spot, about becoming a beast in the postseason, a scary matchup, than it is about erasing a 12.5 game deficit with 2 months to go. On a 1-1 pitch, Profar takes a curve for ball 2.
Their pitching kind of faltered through this slump. They almost gained a half a point as far as their overall ERA during the slump, where they kind of fell out of contention and the Dodgers really increased their lead.
2-2. Now the offense overall has not been good. We're talking about this a little bit on the road trip. The acquisitions of Soto and Bell and Drury, you never say you need to bring in a guy like Juan Soto, but they needed to improve the offense. Bottom half of the league in just about everything offensively. 13th out of the 15 teams in home runs. Profar side spins his pop-up, and that's a souvenir. Stays at 2-2. Also trying to avoid what happened last year when they were right in the thick of things and then lost 33 of their last 45 games and somehow finished 28 games back. That man there in his first season as the manager, a big reason for the optimism. Gonsolin kicks and deals another 2-2, and a splitter's fouled off.
They're a very talented and flashy team now. They really will catch your eye in the way they play the game with a very glowing flair. The Dodgers on the other side are a little bit more businesslike, but more consistent. But I think that's where Bob Melvin comes in to show that steadying hand and his ability to get these uber talented players all on the same page and trying to play winning baseball on a consistent basis.
3-time manager of the year as the skipper of the Oakland A's, 11 seasons there. He's got the Padres at 61-47. 8th pitch of the game opening at bat for Profar, and there will be a 9th as Gonsolin misses high with a fastball. In late May, Bob Melvin made the decision to put Profar in the leadoff spot, even though nothing that he was doing screamed leadoff hitter, but he took off at that point, and the Padres offense collectively has been better from that point forward. 3-2. They are still without Fernando Tatis Jr., who this weekend takes a massive step by beginning a rehab stint in the minors. Differing opinions on when he'll arrive. There are fractions of the front office that think he should get like a full spring training to get ready. Their teams or their guys in the dugout in the clubhouse who are like, hey, get him a few games and get him here. 10th pitch. Swatted to left. Right at Trace Thompson. One away. And now here comes Juan Soto.
Juan Soto.
His third trip to Dodger Stadium in last month. He was here for the All-Star game. Of course, won the Home Run Derby. Came here with the Washington Nationals in the Dodgers' last homestand, and now here he is wearing a Padres uniform.
He's being greeted like he was a free agent and he had a choice where he went. The offers were equal and he chose San Diego? No.
Strike one. Went after a fastball. This is him celebrating his Home Run Derby title on that Monday night before the All-Star game. One of the last times he put that uniform on. Soto was offered a 15-year extension, over $400 million. He scorches this one through the middle, a base hit. Turned it down, and at that point the Nationals said, okay, you don't want to be here. We're going to make the most out of this. We're going to get the most that we can, and they got a haul, trading both Juan Soto and Josh Bell to the Padres, and getting back several of their top prospects, a couple of major league players. The kind of deal that prospect experts are saying can totally change a franchise, but from the Padres' perspective, they feel the exact same way.
They not only want to make the playoffs, they want to go deep in the playoffs. And they have made themselves much stronger.
That reception you talked about Soto getting like he had a choice. Well, Manny Machado did, and he also spent some time in Dodger blue, and he got a much louder reception than Juan Soto. A little more feeling behind it, as he usually does. Now, for a lot of the year, Machado has put the Padres on his back with no Tatis, not a whole lot around him offensively. They say that he's already looked different this week as they've added the big bats around him. Some idea that he was trying too hard to do too much. He's put up MVP numbers over the first few months, and then he injured his ankle in mid-June. Missed a couple weeks, hitting just .219 since then.
They're talented teams that hit for the team and not for themselves, like a competition from one star to the next for stats. Those are really intimidating lineups. And that's the lineup the Dodgers have. They have stars that hit as a team. They're not worried about who's going to have the most hits. If it's Trey Turner, if it's Freddie Freeman, they're not worried about who's going to have the most home runs. Is it going to be Mookie Betts or is it going to be somebody else? They are worried about situational hitting and hitting as a lineup. And that's what Bob Melvin is going to have to do with this San Diego club.
Soto at first, one away, and a 2-1 pitch coming from Tony Gonsolin to Manny Machado. It's down and away for ball 3.
When you hit for yourself and you feel like you're competing with your teammates for stats to be the #1 guy, it makes you wander outside the strike zone. It makes you try too hard. But when you grind out at bats and can pass the baton, that's when you are very tough.
Machado in his 4th season with the Padres fouls this one back and the count goes full. Time flies, huh? 4th year for with the Padres for Machado.
Yeah.
4 days for Josh Bell.
It's interesting, all the headlines around Soto and Bell. And, oh, yeah, we got Drury. I mean, the guy is really a player.
That's a sneaky, huge pickup.
Huge pickup.
A grand slam on the first pitch that he saw for the Padres. That's strike 3.
Manny looking at a borderline fastball away. He thinks it's a ball, but Gonsolin gets the strike call. It's looking. It's a little wide. But he got the call.
From Hunter Wendelstedt. Veteran home plate umpire rings up Machado. 2 gone in this first inning. And Oral, I was curious what the environment was going to be like early on in this game. A highly anticipated series. But, of course, somber tone before the game. Remembering Vin, who passed away on Tuesday. Dave Roberts said something earlier this week that was really interesting. Josh Bell swings and misses at a good splitter, strike 1. He said there is no sadness, there's joy, because I think about all the memories we have of Vin. And you kind of get the sense that the whole house has taken that on here. That we just watched this beautiful tribute video, wonderful ceremony, and now it's about celebrating the game that Vin loves so much and that tied this city and this fan base to Vin. On the corner for a strike, and it's 0-2 because this is a lively, joyful crowd right now.
There have been tears since Tuesday for sure, but there have been a lot of smiles and a lot of stories told. A lot of memories of interaction with Vin, either through the radio, the television, or in person.
Because even if you never met him, you feel like you did. He was in your living room every day. He was in your car. You're stuck in rush hour traffic.
I was asked in one word describe Vin, and for me it got personal, and I said warmth.
1-2. Ball 2. Brian Curtis is a wonderful writer for The Ringer. And he wrote a column remembering Vin, and he said, few announcers make the viewer want to give them a hug. Vin made you want to give him a hug. Soto at first, 2 out, 2-2. Punches one left side, and the 2 new additions from the Nationals with first inning hits.
A professional at bat where he's not trying too hard, and he's just putting this ball in play on the left side. The guy he's standing by next to him over there at first base, Freddie Freeman, does the same thing.
Now, Tony Gonsolin saw these Padres in early July and went a career best 7 2/3. 12 pitches an inning that day. He's going to double that with this next pitch here. It was July 1st, gave up just 1 run over those 7 2/3, struck out a season high 8. Has always handled the Padres with a 1.73 career ERA against them. 2 on, 2 out. Jake Cronenworth. Strike 1. Cronenworth an all-star for the 2nd year in a row. Out of the middle of nowhere to be Rookie of the Year runner-up in the short 2020 season. And then in his first 2 years as a full-time guy, first 2 full seasons. Midsummer Classic both times. On an 0-1 pitch, he takes outside 1-1.
He comes into this series very hot, and when you look at when the Padres win, it's when he contributes. Without Tatis, this is a key ingredient to their offense when they get it going.
Soto at second, Bell at first. Cronenworth fouls it off, 1-2. A key ingredient for Tony Gonsolin this year has been getting out of these situations. The league hitting 145 with runners in scoring position. And that was down around 100 recently. That was due to come back a little bit, and it's evened out a little bit lately. His last few starts not quite as dominant.
The thing about Tony is very even splits against right-handed hitters or left-handed hitters. That helps those stats with runners in scoring position.
Here's his 1-2 pitch. Good take there, huh?
Just barely off the outside corner. Got the call with Machado with a fastball away. This splitter away to Cronenworth, no.
And here in the top of the first inning, deuces wild. It'll stay that way.
I wouldn't be surprised if Will Smith visits Tony after this hitter, or even Mark Pryor, because we've got a pitch count bumping up against 30 in the first inning. Hopefully he's in the dugout.
Another 2-2 pitch on the hands, fought off. 30th pitch of the inning upcoming. And it remains deuces wild. Gonsolin tries one more time. Ground ball to first. Freddie Freeman's there. He'll beat him to the bag and end to score his first inning.
Ranges to his left and then sweeps with the big first baseman glove right into the leather. An easy trot to the bag after he gets up.
And then Will Smith, catcher and cleanup man. Chris Taylor returns, his first game in a month. His first start of the year at second base. Alberto's at third. Miguel Vargas, his Dodger Stadium debut. Thompson and Bellinger, 8 and 9 against Sean Manaea, whose first pitch of the night. Buzzes Betts, ball one. Manaea gave up a career-high 9 runs against the Tigers, shaved his beard, and then beat the Twins. Betts greets him with a line drive to left center field. The profile will watch hit off the wall. Plays the Karen perfectly. It'll be a close play. Not that close. Leadoff double.
Mookie continues to be aggressive. With the first strike, he lets the bat go, and this is Alenia. Rattles the left field wall, and he, with his speed, if this lands, it's going to be a double. Does it take a dive, and does it take some landing gear? Yes. But what a leadoff hitter the Dodgers have had, especially of late.
Lina, Spanish for line drive.
Thank you. An interpreter in the booth.
Trey Turner now takes ball one. Dodgers saw Manaea April 24th. They scored 7 runs against him in 4 1/3. And in 4 starts in his career against the Dodgers, he's lost 3 of them, and his ERA is north of 7. His 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Manaea's 30 years old, out of Valparaiso, Indiana. Started his career with the Oakland A's. Padres traded for him April 3rd, just before the start of the season. And his 6th full year in the majors now. On a 1-1, Turner golfs one down the line. And foul. You know what? That was really close. When you consider Trey Turner's reaction, he immediately looked down and like walked away. So I kind of gave up on it too. Wow.
It's just a few seats foul. When you see where it lands out there in the seats. He's got a little Carlton Fisk going on.
I guess he gave it a little more credence than it looked like.
About 10 feet wide.
2-2 on Turner. We take a look at the Verizon player profile. The major league hit leaders. Race between these two, hitting 2 and 3 in the Dodger order. Turner trying to do it for a 3rd time. That's his 2nd. First inning, 2-2. Ball 3. Turner hit a home run yesterday. He's got 18 of them this year. Dodgers finishing off a 7-1 road trip where they took 3 of 4 in Colorado. They took all 4 in San Francisco. Second 4-game sweep over the Giants since the break. Payoff. Fouled off. Scored 6.5 runs a game on that trip. #1 in the league in slugging. #1 in the league in walks. Offense has been the machine that folks envisioned when he saw the names put together spring training. Seventh pitch from Sean Manaea. Trey Turner bounces one to third, but foul.
The offense has been consistent. It had a little hiccup for about 15-20 games about a month ago, but the last 32 games or so, they have been clicking, and really the best they've clicked all year. The pitching has been consistent and solid all year. Just starting pitching in the big leagues. And that young man behind the plate has had some great fingers for those pitchers.
Another 3-2. Sharply hit and through. Boy, that got to Profar promptly. And with nobody out, Betts will stay at third. Profar's got a great arm. Back-to-back hits to open the night.
And Mookie had to freeze because it was on a line drive off the bat, and you don't know who it's going to be at, but it finds the hole as hard as it was hit. The 6th hole. And Mookie moves up 90 feet. And then Turner earns 90 feet.
So the Dodgers immediately putting the pressure on Manaea, who now has to deal with Freddie Freeman. He's taken him deep before. Freddie hitting .420 over his last 23 games. Got the call on that first pitch. The 1-0. Hit him. They're loaded.
The great hitters stay in, and especially a left-on-left situation, and Freddie hits left-handers just fine. He is not going to flinch and pull out on that. He's going to stay with his consistent approach, and he does get plucked.
Pitching coach Ruben Niebla quickly out there for a visit with Manaea. Life coming at him fast again here at Dodger Stadium, where he got rocked in one of his last games with Oakland, pitching here in the championship series a couple years ago. This was the neutral site, or in the division series in 2020. So this has not been a place where he's enjoyed pitching. There's the overall numbers here with an ERA above 5 in this park. And already finds himself with Dodgers surrounding him. Bases loaded, and Will Smith coming up.
Will Smith is very good at hitting the ball middle in, and that will be for power. He will look there. The league tries to work him away, but if he gets a mistake in the middle end, look for the ball to travel a long way.
First pitch. Bounces one gently. Joy with a ball hand. His throw is right. It gets by Bell. 2-run score. Smith the second. Still nobody out. And it's 2-0 just like that.
This is the loudest I've heard this stadium in the first inning in a long, long time. I think there was so much energy from the celebration of life and tribute to Vin. And now the Dodgers come to the plate, and they get bases loaded, no out, and some good fortune with an in-base hit and then an error. We'll see how they rule it.
They ruled a base hit. So that's 3 hits in the inning. That'll be a hit with 1 RBI. Second run scores on an error. Chris Taylor, first at-bat in his first game back. Broke his foot July 4th against these Padres. And, you know, a silver lining to the whole thing is that he was not in a good place when that injury happened. He was 1 for his last 20, 10 strikeouts in those 20 at-bats. So he let the foot heal, but he also went to work on his swing. And feels like he arrives here in a much better place. He went back and watched video of the 2020 season when it was a little bit simpler mechanically because it get complicated, his swing. You see the setup with the hands and complicated load, as they call it, with the hands. Try to go back to a little simpler version of it. Prior to that, he was watching a lot of video of last year, which is the best he's ever felt at the plate. But no matter how hard he tried to mimic that, he just couldn't get it. So the injury gave him a chance to look back a little bit farther, dig deeper in that video archive, work with those guys there, Robert Van Scoyoc and Brant Brown. Here's an 0-2 outside, ball 1. Aaron Bates as well. And then Chris went down and put that old new swing, new old swing, the 2020 swing to work. Homered twice in his last rehab game. A 1-2 from Sean Manaea. Got him.
There is a lot less movement in his swing, and he comes up empty here, but the shoulders stay a little bit more level with the waggle now, and he looks a little bit more over his feet and hips.
Hanser Alberto started to do the things they envisioned him doing. 370 over his last 10 games, and he's hitting left-handers. Faces one here, shows bunt, stabs through it.
Well, he's hitting just over 300 this year against lefties, but he is playing the whole game and going for a little small ball right there.
Ball and a strike on Alberto, who has 12 RBIs this season. 7 of the 12 RBIs have come in the last 10 games. Three-minute third, Smith at second. Manaea's 1-1. Alberto cracks one in the goal and gets by Drury. Dodgers lead 4-0 here in the first. Alberto safe at second with a 2-run double.
Manny Machado in the lineup as the DH tonight. That Gold Glover down to third. Drury a solid fielder, but this ball gets by him. I'm sure Machado at the bench is thinking, I got that one. But he doesn't have a glove tonight so far. And the Dodgers lead 4-0.
And it is officially ruled a hit for Alberto. Perhaps missing Manny Machado down there. DHing Miguel Vargas, his Dodger Stadium debut, at least in a Dodger uniform. He was here a couple weeks ago at the Futures game. Said that was one of the highlights of his baseball career. Topped that, making his debut in San Francisco, and felt like he was about to top that again, playing here. Behind 0-2. In his debut, went 2 for 4. Knocked in 2. Stole a base. Ball, 2 strikes.
The hits are impressive so far with Vargas, but for me, the takes have even been more impressive. Some pitches that have been in the strike zone for a long time and ended up balls that he has just spit on.
1-2 from Manaea. Sharply hit, stopped by Drury. Got to his feet and threw him out. Up the third goes Alberto. 2 gone.
We know how good the Dodgers starting pitching has been. They get it going for the offense by putting up zeros. The Dodgers now have outscored the league 75-36 in the first inning. That plus 39 is best in Major League Baseball.
The last time they played here, they scored 6 runs in the first inning. The last game against Washington. Trace Thompson, the 8th man to bat in the inning. Swings and misses. The first pitch from Minaya. Thompson facing the team that he began the season with. Got a chance in the big leagues. Went just 1 for 14 though. Padres granted him free agency. Tigers picked him up and traded him to the Dodgers in late June. He very quickly, he's only played 33 games, but very quickly has established himself as a guy that's probably not going anywhere.
He's done everything well, and even in the clutch with the bat, the batting average with the Dodgers is really good. The defense and the range he has shown has been outstanding.
It's under it. Alfaro didn't see it at first. Bell charging up to try and help him, but it's out of play.
Palms up. That means I don't see it.
Screen up. That means I don't have to tumble into the first row.
Yeah.
Tony Gonsolin threw 30 pitches in the first inning. 29th pitch of the first inning from Sean Minaya is an 0-2 to Trace Thompson, and it's grounded foul. So both guys reached the 30-pitch mark in the first. Yeah, not just you, Tone.
Well, he's getting plenty of rest.
Huffing and puffing still over there. Alberto walks off third as another 0-2 flies home and gets Thompson swinging to end the first. But the Dodgers bring 8 men to the plate and score 4 times. After an inning at Dodger Stadium, it's 4-0 over the Padres.
Presented by State Farm.
After some tough moments pregame, strike 1 from Tony Gonsolin, 2 Brandon Drury. Dodgers have the 4-0 lead over the Padres to the second, and pretty much the entire game left to go, but feels like a nice little statement there in the first inning, huh?
It really did. Hitting the ball hard, starting right from the top with Mookie continuing to get hits, Trey Turner, and then the rest of the guys pushing them around. Kind of a statement like, you guys go get as many players as you want, get everybody, but you still got to come here and play us.
Dodgers have won 5 of the 7 matchups this year. They've won 14 of the last 16 back to midway through last year, when, remember, Padres had their number. Padres won 7 of the first 10 games last year and clearly enjoyed doing it, as you'd expect them to. Dodgers took it personal, as you would expect them to. And there were some team meetings about, look, we got to match their intensity. We got to match the fire they're playing these games with. Drury pokes it foul.
There is an energy on the field. There is there's communication between each dugout. There's the cheering, there's the intensity, there's the body language, and you can feel it when you're down there on the field. And they were right to have the team meetings and say they needed to match that. And it not only communicates to the opposing side, it communicates to your own teammates. There's a stronger energy on the bench. There's a stronger energy when you take the field. The communication between the pitcher and the catcher feels better. And I think it really relates back, Joe, to there's talent, and then there's talent that trust each other. And that communication, that energy, tells the whole team that we're all on the same page and we all trust each other, that we're all engaged.
Leadoff walk for Drury. How long does that take to develop?
Well, that's why guys like Hanser Alberto are so important. When you have energy guys that create the energy on the bench when the team's together, keep the energy going when the team's on the field, he's not just verbalizing just things that are just sporadic and funny. He's probably yelling also baseball cultural things. Hey, get a double play here. Come on, throw some more strikes, man. We can put this guy away. Stuff like that where guys really feel like it's not only fun, energetic, but it's instructional and focuses you.
Trent Grisham's the hitter now. And Grisham takes a ball from Gonsolin, 1-0. Grisham's hit 3 home runs in his last 9 games. Overall, it has not been a good year for him, but better as the year's gone on. Power lately. Somebody who continues to play solid in center field.
Yesterday was the first game in a while that he hadn't had a hit. Had a hit streak of 8 games broken. So it is getting better.
Takes ball 3.
Surprising because Tony was lighting up the strike zone in the first inning. I know it was a long first inning, but it was more the secondary stuff that he wasn't throwing for strikes. The fastball was about 95% strikes in the first.
That finds the zone, and it's 3-1. But Tony Gonsolin's walk rate, which in 2020 was top 5% of the majors, top 5% best. Last year was in the bottom 3% of the majors. Bottom 3% worse. This year it's really good again. So you're right about it being surprising. He's found it here, and it's 3-2.
There's a strange thing that goes on the mound, Joe, when all of a sudden you lose command that you had. And then all of a sudden it gets to 3-0 and you fall behind, and then you come right back in the strike zone and you're like, where was that 3 pitches ago? What was the difference in my mentality or my mechanics or my rhythm? And that's part of the toolbox that gets you back in.
Here's the payoff, and there's strike 3. Grisham like a house by the side of the road. Takes out number 1.
Knee-high inner half. A good solid strike. And that's about as close to the corner as you want to be in a 3-2 count with no out and a man on first.
Second one for Gonsolin tonight. If he and the Dodgers get 10, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink. Dodgers are the 4th spot in the first inning. 8-hitter for the Padres tonight is their catcher, Jorge Alfaro. He's having a career year in his first season with the Pods. Kicks away from Smith, and Drury gets into scoring position.
That'll be a wild pitch. We're attempting to get it blocked and have it lay in front of him like an Easter egg, but this one does not land softly. Deflects off the leather, the chest protector, and off to the side. Tried to turn his right shoulder kind of in to deflect it forward. Just didn't get enough of it.
He's been really good back there this year.
He really has been.
You know, some of the framing numbers aren't kind to him, but just the eye test of him helping his pitchers out, he seems to be passing with flying colors.
And the leadership quotient is going up. And I'm sure that's with comfort, and he is one of the best studiers back there of game calling.
Alfaro very aggressive. Chops one to third for another guy that is pretty darn aggressive. Hanser Alberto whips it across the diamond to get him 2 out. Dodgers 4, Padres nothing. Up comes Ha-Seong Kim on a gorgeous night. Fittingly perfect night. A night when we remember Vin.
They asked the fans to get here early to be in their seats by 6:30 as the celebration was going to begin, and boy, I would say a good 75–80% of them were definitely here early.
Not easy to do on a Friday in LA.
No, it isn't.
Kim, who has homered against Gonsolin before, watches a slider miss. Kim's man shortstop for much of the year for the Padres with Tatis out, and he'll be coming back soon. This is going to be one formidable collection of hitters. What a fun collection of hitters to watch. Kim in his second season in the major leagues, over from Korea, where he was a superstar. Struggled in his first year. He's improved this year, playing every day. He's got Drury at second, 2 out. And he flips one over first. If it's fair, it's a run, but it's foul.
Tony's has some balls in the last 3 starts where he's made good pitches, and they have flipped at him a little bit, or seeing eye ground balls where he has had some frustration to elevate his numbers of late. Right now, the only thing elevated tonight is his pitch count.
50. Man. It was 12 per inning when he saw these guys a month ago. Another 1-2.
That's the pitch that Julio Urias has really perfected over the last 8 or 10 starts, where that high fastball, he keeps it in an area low enough to be tantalizing, but high enough to make outs.
Here's the 2-2. That goes halfway back to the dugout to give Gonsolin the call on that one, and end the inning. Dodgers 4, Padres nothing on a special night. Dodgers trying to win one for Vin tonight. Off to a promising start, getting 4 in the first against Sean Manaea. 9-1-2 coming up in the second. Cody Bellinger, who's got a couple home runs against Manaea. This ahead 2-0.
Cody coming off a 1-for-11 series in San Francisco, and one hit was a triple.
Bell, nice pick, aggressive play to make sure that hop didn't take him. Take a look at the Bank of America impressive tools. Dodgers on this 27-5 run. And overall this season, second in the majors in runs behind just the New York Yankees. #1 in ERA. #2 defensively behind just the Houston Astros. Pretty good.
With the DH in both leagues, and the Dodgers with the only team ERA under 3.
Betts double to start the game, behind 0-1.
You used to have to factor in the DH, but now the pitching staffs are on pretty even ground.
Dodgers are the only team in the National League that's scoring 5 runs a game. It's actually not even close. The Braves are second, and they're a half run a game less than the Dodgers on average. That's a significant gap.
That's huge.
Braves have played 1 more game than the Dodgers, and again they're second, and they've scored 47 fewer runs than the Dodgers. One, 2, ball 2. Dodgers a full run better than the average major league team. Mookie's worked it full. Couple home runs for Betts against Manaea. A 3-2 is swung out and missed, and Manaea's got his third K.
Backdoor slider. As far as batting average against, it's his best pitch. League hits below 200 against that pitch.
2 gone for Trey Turner. Likes to change the shape on it. He has been charted to have thrown 13 curveballs this year, even though he doesn't have a curveball. All 13 of those came when he saw the Dodgers the first time. We talk about guys doing things they don't normally do when they face this lineup. That was a mischarted slider, just a different version of it that he's only shown against LA.
If you go down pitch types against this lineup, you get to the curveball. And if you only have a slider and don't have one, you think, oh, they're not real good against the curveball. Maybe I'll try making my slider look like one. We'll make it go a little slower with a little bigger break.
And if the computers say it is one, I'm not arguing with the computer. Are you?
No, I never argue with computers.
No, not safe. Couple Ks in this inning from Manaea after the Dodgers get 4 runs in the first. He retires them 1-2-3 in the second. Dodgers in front as we move along to the 3rd inning. Tony Gonsolin to Jurickson Profar. First pitch curve that's popped into center for Trey Turner. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's nice.
That'll help the pitch count.
Uncharacteristically high through 2 innings. Though he gave up just 2 hits. One of them came to this man, Juan Soto. The prize pickup in what a lot of people are calling the biggest trade in baseball history. He's the first player in the history of baseball to earn multiple All-Star selections and then change teams before turning 24 years old. And that, for me, remains one of the most remarkable things about Juan, that he's done all these things. He has this reputation of being one of the best players in the game, which he is. He's drawn comparisons to Ted Williams for certain things. And he's 23. Tonight, he's 1 for 2. And on 3 pitches, 2 out. I don't need to tell you who's coming up. The crowd does. And he struck out looking his first time. 1 of 3 for Gonsolin.
He will ambush you.
Good pitch for that being the case.
Perfect pitch for that being the case. A lot of ambush hitters look middle in. Very rarely do you get the guy that dives out.
Hook down the line towards the corner. Short hops the wall. Headed for second. Thompson's throw is late. A double for Machado.
Well, it's either first pitch or first strike with Manny Machado. He is locked in early. And this high split change, he doesn't miss it all. And you're Tony Gonsolin, you're just glad it stayed in the park.
2-out base runner for the Padres brings up Josh Bell, who beat the shift his first time with a 2-strike hit the other way. Josh is 4th in the league in on base. He's 5th in the league in average. He bounces the first one that he sees to Chris Taylor. His first opportunity comes in short right field, and that'll do it for the Padres in the inning.
Put it in play, hit it hard, get some help, score some runs.
Ball 1 on Freddie Freeman. Grand jury the guilty party on both those plays, both of which would have been good plays, but didn't make either. Ball and a strike on Freeman. Got hit by a pitch and scored on the 2-run double from Alberto.
One of the few times that you see Freddie get demonstrative with his feelings is when he knows he got a cookie and he fouls it off or misses it.
And even then it's subtle demonstrative.
Yeah.
Loops this one off the end of the bat. Down for a base hit.
We will get to see the pearly whites, though, after that one, I think.
Number 16.
Breaking ball off the end of the bat. Not a lot of barrel, not a lot of distance, but perfect distance.
And now Will Smith. Will finished the last homestand 1 for 25, but had a hit in all 7 games that he played in on the road trip, and he's got a hit already in this one. So that makes it an 8-game hitting streak for the Dodger catcher. Leading all catchers in home runs and in RBIs. Picked up another one of those in the first inning. 1 ball, 1 strike on him.
Top of this order has gotten a lot of credit over the year of why this offense goes. Well, tonight they are 4 for 7 with a hit by pitch, and they have scored all 4 runs.
A couple nights ago was the first time all year that Betts, Turner, and Freeman all went without a hit in the same game. Will Smith is 2 for 2. Freeman trying to go first to third. Soto throws offline, and Smith takes advantage. Well, it's another spot where it's not an error, but it's less than tight, and it allows an extra 90 feet.
It won't go in the scorebook as a double, but he reaches second because of the malfunction in the throw and the cutoff. A little too high. Some exuberance for the new Padres. And Freddie Freeman, always been a good base runner. Never known for the speed, but known for the reads, breaks, and turns.
And helmets flying off. Adds at least like, I don't know, it takes at least 2/10 off for 40 time. Chris Taylor, strike 1. Taylor struck out in his first at-bat back. Got the Ducks on the pond for CT3 with a 4-0 lead, bottom of the 3rd. So Taylor's playing second for the first time this year today at the major league level. Started taking ground balls about a week ago in Oklahoma City. Started a game at second. Started 1 game in the outfield and moved to third. Got a little time at both those places. He says, I like riding a bike. He said, well, got a week of taking ground balls in. I said, okay, so now that you got a week of taking ground balls, like riding a bike. And he said, well, we'll see. But that's just him. Consummate pro who is always ready for whatever they ask of him. That's by the bag of fair ball. A scorcher off of the bat of Chris Taylor, who's headed for second. It's a 2-run double. Welcome back, Chris Taylor.
This one will be scored a double, and it is a cultural double. Down the line and doing fine. Feeling a lot better than the strikeout in the last at bat with runners in scoring position. This one, he definitely comes through. It's a one-hopper into the corner. And Will Smith and Freddie Freeman score easily when you scorch this ball right down the line.
Spend a week apart and you come back and you're rhyming and stuff. Alberto takes strike one.
In Double-A in El Paso, their PA announcer would always narrate what happened on the field after the play.
That's awesome.
Down the line and doing fine, and you're watching the guy who just hit the double off of you round the bases.
Fly ball right field. Juan Soto will make the catch.
They also took past the hat in the stands for any home team homer. So guys would make tons of money if they hit 30, 40 home runs at home in El Paso, which the ball flied out of there.
Yeah.
They had green weenie rallies. They had all kinds of stuff going on in the ballpark to make it fun for the young kids and all the people that came.
Miguel Vargas up to the plate.
Hey, diddle, diddle, it's up the middle. I remember that one a lot.
That is hilarious. You do this over the PA, huh?
Yeah, as soon as the play would happen, he had a phrase or whatever going over the PA, and people would chant.
Takes off, got a great jump, and he's there, even with a perfect throw from Alfaro. Foot feeling fine.
Great lead. He stayed out on his front foot. Good momentum at the launch position and the easy slide where a half oven mitt to stay on the bag.
7 out of 8 on the year. Dodgers #1 in the National League in stolen base success rate. 0-2 on Vargas.
CT saw Miguel Vargas do the same thing, hit a double and steal third right away. So he's like, I'm not going to let some young kid show me.
That's right. Miguel, after the game, they asked him about that, and he said, I was just feeling unstoppable. Like nobody in the world could stop me. It's 1-2 on him. Your PA announcer thing reminds me of high school football. We were the Vikings, and our hometown PA announcer on a gang tackle used to say, tackled by a shipload of Vikings.
I like it.
1-2. Strike 3. I don't think Hunter Wendelstedt knew what the count was. Hunter's not had his finest night back there.
He has had a wide strike zone away to righties.
And then here he gives you his casual strike 1, strike 2 call.
Yeah.
Two out. Trace Thompson.
Hunter now a veteran umpire, but his dad was also a longtime Major League umpire, Harry Wendelstedt, who actually ran an umpire school. So it has been in the family bloodline for a long time.
A place in Dodger history helping extend Don Drysdale's record scoreless streak.
When Dick Dietz was hit with the bases loaded and Harry Wendelstedt said, nope, that was a strike. You didn't try and get out of the way. And that continued Don's streak.
There's nobody out at that point. Dietz flied out, and Drysdale was still able to get out of the inning. 2-1 on Thompson.
Don didn't get in many jams, though, when he did. He got out of them.
Manaea has not tonight. 6 runs over 2 2/3. And against the Dodgers on the year, he's now given up 13 runs in 7 innings. Taylor at third, 2 out, 3-1. Ball 4.
The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Dodger Stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
Four on the first, 2 here in the third. Here's Bellinger. Grounded out his first time. Second visit in 3 innings from the pitching coach, Niebla.
San Diego's bullpen normally picks up the fewest innings in the National League because these starters have gone very deep in the game. They are #1 as far as innings pitched per game. Almost 6 innings, and that is an amazing average. When you're over 5.5 innings from your starters per game on the average, that they are really going deep consistently.
Well, they were already going to be a scary draw in the postseason because of the starting pitching. But you combine the addition of Josh Hader, if he is right, he's had his issues lately, to lock down what those starting pitchers do, and then obviously the additions to the offense. This is not a team that anybody's going to want to play. 2 balls, 1 strike. One deep to the right field corner. That's over Soto and off the wall. It'll score 2 more. It's a rout. It's 8-0 in the 3rd inning.
Well, the Padre lineup has gotten longer and stronger, and what's going to make the Dodger lineup as long as it was advertised in spring training is if guys like Max Muncy and Cody Bellinger start to hit like they can. Then they're a juggernaut. Most of the offenses come from the top of the order, the big 3, the trio. But if it gets longer, it's going to be because of Bellinger, Muncy, Trace Thompson, Chris Taylor, and a continuation of a good Gavin Lux.
Mookie Betts, fly ball, center field. Playable for Trent Grisham. 4 in the first, 4 in the third. Dodgers 8, Padres nothing. Yeah, everybody getting involved. Go ahead, Ben. Just show everybody. Strike 1 on Jake Cronenworth. Grounded out his first time. Padres have had traffic. In fact, they've had a runner in scoring position in all 3 innings, but yet to cash in against the Catman. It was 0-1 pitch. It's in the dirt.
Tony needs a good outing. He needs to get back on the beam. He got 16 starts at the beginning of the year that were pretty much flawless. Makes the all-star team, but the last 3 have been kind of rocky.
One of them literally. Two and 1. Yeah, first 16 starts of the year, he gave up 16 runs total.
Yeah.
And then he's given up 12 runs over the last 3. So not getting bombed necessarily. It's just he had been extraordinarily good prior to these few. Pop up. Center field. Bellinger. 1 out.
He got in some jams. He got in a few more jams than he normally does. And then they hit him at a 333 clip with runners in scoring position in those 3 tough starts. So it really just wasn't getting the job done and getting back in the dugout.
1 away in the 4th. Here's Brandon Drury. Now when the lockout ends this spring, Brandon Drury is in Oregon. That's where his home is. And hops in the car, hits the road, heads to Arizona without a team. He figures he's going to land with somebody between Oregon and Arizona, but he doesn't know for sure. He's got his bags all packed, ready to start the season. On and off the phone with his agent. Tells his agent, I'd love to be a Diamondback again, where he started his career. Let's make that happen. Diamondback said, not interested. Well, how about the Orioles? Well, you can always adjust, and I can go to Florida if I need to. The Orioles got to have a need for somebody, right? Yeah, not interested. Finally, right before he crosses the state line into Arizona, his agent calls and says the Reds. The Reds want to give you a shot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gets his shot. Makes the team as a bench player. And proceeds to put together the best year of his career. Got a real shot because of the injuries the Reds had. And he was an all-star snub. This has been one of the most valuable players in the National League this year. What he's done offensively and his versatility. He's down on strikes here. 2 gone in the 4th.
His OPS in the National League was 10th, right, coming into the night. A good split change, and I love the fact that it's not on a corner. I love the fact that it starts right down the middle, perfect height to want to swing the bat, but then ends up right down the middle in the dirt.
Two up, 2 down in the 4th inning, and up comes Trent Grisham. Padres are 1 for 6 against that pitch tonight against Tony Gonsolin splitter. On the year, they're 1 for 22 against it.
And that's really the pitch that didn't abandon them over the last 3 starts. It was the slider, and especially the fastball was getting hit.
Back-to-back curves, 1-1.
He sprinkles those in every once in a while, especially to steal a strike.
He's only given up 3 hits on that pitch all year. Doesn't get many swings. The guys are like, what's that? It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a curve.
When you think about his pitches and how they come out of his hand, he's got the fastball that's going to have the lower plane unless he's going to the top and looking for that optical illusion spin rate fastball. And he's got the split change, which is going to come out looking like a strike and go down. And he's got the slider that's going to look like the low fastball and then slide to the left. So when that curveball starts up by their eyes, they're like, I'm not swinging at that. I rarely see something that height that drops into a strike zone. It's usually going to be a ball out of hand fastball. And he steals strikes with it.
Slide to the left. You said. Slide to the right. Cupid, right?
Yeah.
Cupid shuffle.
Hey, I'm a good dancer. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, you'd know that song if you heard it.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's Cha Cha Real Smooth. Is that the same song? They all kind of sound similar. That's the Cha Cha Slide.
Ooh, you got a swing on a curveball. That started the height of a up fastball for a strike almost. Pops out of his hand a little bit. His curveball's allowed to look like a high school curveball. He doesn't throw many. But if you were going to use that curveball a lot, that wouldn't be a good one to throw because you'd recognize it as a hitter.
Freeman is out of room. Just to nail the facts, I know we've moved on, but it's DJ Casper that did the cha-cha slide. Just want to make sure we're in the business of giving the facts here.
Yeah, I'm glad you covered that. That was hanging right over my head for the rest of the game. What was his name?
I already closed the page. Was it Casper? DJ Casper.
Okay.
Cha-cha, very smooth. All right, Hanser. You're freeing us all from any more of that.
Soccer jersey with your ticket. To purchase, visit Dodgers.com/LAFC or scan the QR code on your screen now.
Trey Turner leads off this fourth for the Dodgers. They got 4 in the first, 4 in the third against Sean Manaea. He gets a swing and a miss from Turner. Ball and a strike. Trey's 1 for 2. He singled and scored as part of the 4-run first. Base hit. 9th of the first 3+ innings.
A 1-strike line drive in his first at bat. It was a 2-strike hit. And it is amazing what these Dodgers, especially Freeman, Turner, and Lux, have done with 2 strikes. They are 3 of the top 7 hitters with 2 strikes in the National League. Freeman and Turner near the top, or the top, in as far as number of hits. And Lux has proven that he can hit with 2 strikes.
Freeman's been on both times, scored both times. Steven Wilson getting going in the Padres pen. It's 1-2.
That was one of the better get-off-me ball swings you'll see. That ball is a good half a foot inside on Freddie, and he really exploded and turned on it.
Got him here.
Some altitude on that pitch.
6 punch out, 1 gone in the fourth. Will Smith comes up already 2 for 2 with a RBI and a couple runs scored.
1 dribbler and 1 real good piece of hitting, slicing a line drive down in the corner.
And to left, he's 3 for 3. Well, Turner was ready to make the turn there if Profar didn't find that after the little juggle, but did.
Will Smith not wasting any time, not looking for 2 strikes or 1 strike. Let's hit the first pitch, and another line drive, 1 down the right field line. Now this one in the left center gap. He is on time, and 2 out of 3 have been hit hard.
Well, Taylor drove in 2 runs over his last 20 games with the Dodgers before his injury, and drove in 2 his last time up. Strike 1.
You mentioned that Chris has simplified some things, and for me the waggle is a little less, and when he does the hand movement and waggle, the shoulders and the head are less involved, a little bit more consistent.
on strikes here, second time today. Manaea has 7 strikeouts and is 3 strikeouts away from tying the most in franchise history through his first 20 starts with the team.
The two-seam fastball, he will elevate it an awful lot. He doesn't really change from a two-seamer to a four-seamer depending on what elevation he's going. He can take the two-seamer at the knees, the waist, or all the way up by the shoulders.
Alberto had a 2-run double his first time. There's 2 on here, chases the first one up. That's now 9 of his 14 RBIs this year, coming in the last 11 games. In center field, it's Grisham. Now we go to the 5th.
Years has been that soundtrack, and it's absolutely amazing that he's really the face of the franchise, and that's really hard to do when you never put a uniform on.
Alfaro to lead off the 5th for the Padres. Here comes Tony Gonsolin with ball 1. So many moments over those 67 years, from Koufax's perfect game in 1965 to Clayton Kershaw's no-hitter in 2014, Drysdale streak to your streak, the Gibson home run to the Culberson home run in his last game here, and so many moments in between. And then all the moments that he covered nationally, some of the biggest moments in sports history, Vin was on the call for. One from Gonsolin. Backs up and found the bat. Strike 2.
Tony got his 12th win, and here with an 8-0 lead, wanting to get through the 5th inning and qualify for the 13th.
It would not be one bit surprising to see, regardless where the pitch count is, them say that's it after 5, with them doing their best to manage those innings total. And we've talked about it. There is not a strict innings cap, but they're keeping an eye on it, because the most innings that he's thrown in a season was in the minors in 2018. He threw 128. If he goes 6 innings a start, he's going to get there before the end of August.
Yeah, when the opportunities arise to get him up the clubhouse, they will do it.
It's 2-2. Misses away to Alfaro, and the count goes full. Down the line, foul, just barely.
Very nimble maneuver with the chair there.
This time he got him. We're talking about some of those big moments that Vin captured so beautifully. maybe the most beautiful of them all. The 9th inning of Sandy Koufax's perfect game.
9:46 p.m. 2-2 to Harvey Keene. 1 strike away. Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A perfect game.
Said it on Tuesday. If you get a chance, at some point, go back and listen to the whole 9th inning of that perfect game, and go back and listen to not just the home run from Kirk Gibson, but that whole bottom of the 9th inning, game 1 of the World Series. A masterclass in baseball announcing.
And when it's written down, it looks like a genius writer wrote it, and he's doing it off the top of his head as he's watching what's going on.
Like a genius poet. It reads like poetry. On a strike on Ha-Seong Kim. Michaels, one of the all-time greats himself, was talking about what Vin meant to him, and he said he could take an ordinary game and make it extraordinary, make it better than it should be, and he could take that huge big game and make it iconic. Not many guys in the history of the position have had the ability to do even one of those things, let alone both of those things.
When the interview requests went around to Bob Costas and Al Michaels and John Miller and Joe Buck, and to a man, they said the greatest to ever do it and will be the greatest of all time. And those two right there are still close friends. Sandy loved Vin. He misses Vin. And he will be here in LA for anything that happens in Vin's honor.
2 out. Fastball right to the corner to give Kim.
Strikeout, and that is number 6. 4 more, then everyone's going to get a free jumbo jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink valid at LA area restaurant.
Threw a little mathematical curveball there, huh? Jurickson profile at the top, takes a strike and a heater. Now, 3 of the first 6 hitters in this game reached for the Padres. They've had just 1 reach since. Profar, who is 0 for 2, grounds it foul. Strike 2. He has owned Tony Gonsolin in their previous matchups. Coming into the game 5 for 7, 3 doubles and a homer against Tony. Tonight he's flied to left on the 10th pitch of the at-bat, and he's popped out to short. Oh, 2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. Ball 1.
The whole Dodger defense took a step and a half towards the dugout as this appeal went down. But there was only one opinion that mattered.
Gonsolin knows it at this point. Is probably it. Chance for him to finish with a flurry. Finish by striking out the side. The 1-2.
Talk radio was kind of lit up when Clayton Kershaw gets hurt and then goes on the IL, and then they say Tony Gonsolin's kind of hit a skid. What are we going to do? The trade deadline is gone. This helps settle him in. This outing tonight will calm some nerves of Dodger fans.
Another 2-2 from Gonsolin. And the count goes full. "19 pitches seen by Profar in his 3 plate appearances. Profar the pest tonight against Gonsolin. The payoff. Tries again. Boy, oh boy.
3-2 curveball. He is going deep into the well to try and figure out a way to get Profar out again. And it gets that way when a guy owns you. Even though you're having success tonight, you're still looking for tricks.
Second battle they've had go 10 pitches. Gonsolin won the first. And the second. 1, 2, 3, 5th. Halfway home. 8-0 Dodgers.
Little momentum tonight. Pick up a W and carry on in the second half.
Miguel Vargas takes a strike from the new Padres pitcher Steven Wilson, who replaces Sean Manaea. Wilson's been a nice find for them this year. Nice surprise in high leverage spots for a lot of the year. Ahead 0-2. Well, Manaea finishes allowing 8 runs. That's a career high. And in 2 starts against the Dodgers this year, 15 runs in 8 1/3. Short center field. Grisham.
Tony Gonsolin talking it over with Mark Pryor. Tony didn't have a lot of swing and miss in his game tonight, but San Diego only hit 4 balls hard. But he still put 5 shutout innings in the book. Where would they be without Tyler Anderson and Tony Gonsolin? Wow.
2 guys combined 24-2. Strike 1 on Trace Thompson. That's crazy, isn't it?
The rest of the staff can be 500. 22 games over 500. 2 guys.
That's a new one from you.
Yeah.
Anderson goes on Sunday against Yu Darvish. Bouncing ball left side. Kim with a nice play and a perfect throw off balance.
When you're ranging away from the place that you are going to throw it, you have lots of things on your mind as far as calculating where you are on the field, how much velocity you need, how high do I need to throw the ball, and that was done perfectly.
Kim has always worked hard on his defense. Back into his upbringing in Korea is what he took his most pride in. Hours and hours of ground balls each day. Bellinger knocked home a pair with a double his last time up. This one sweeps inside for ball 1 on him. Here is that double. Video proof.
The sweet swing. Talk about Max Muncy making some adjustments to his swing, getting the bat more on the plane of the ball for a longer period of time. Cody doing the same thing. Some width to that strike zone tonight. That is a backdoor slider that never makes its way back to the plate. Most of the wide strikes have been away to righties, but this one away to Cody.
Now, just one other note on Tony Gonsolin, Tyler Anderson starting pitching. This is the Dodgers' 106th game tonight. In 61 of those 106 games, the starter has given up 0 or 1. 0 or 1 allowed in 61 of the 106 games.
That gets your staff ERA under 3.
Wilson looking for a 1-2-3 inning out of the bullpen. Padres rookie home with a 2-2 pitch.
Wilson having a much quieter inning than Manaea had all night. Manaea, he faced 22 batters, and 13 of those at bats were with runners in scoring position.
I think he's playing the whole game with extra innings rules.
Yeah.
Protects that high fastball.
Pretty much a two-pitch pitcher in this at bat for Cody. Fastball, slider. He'll throw a rare change. Out of 100 pitches, he might throw 2 or 3 changeups.
Another 2-2 coming. Bellinger takes strike 3. On to the 6th. 8-0. David Price, first man out of the bullpen for the Dodgers. David, last 15 games, has a 1.23 ERA. Juan Soto takes ball 1, and Price is part of a bullpen that's #1 in the National League this year.
These guys, no matter what role they've been called on, whether it's been middle relief or then with the injuries that came late in the game and high leverage, they've gotten it done. They've set it up for the closer, Craig Kimbrell, who on some nights has needed that lead to still be a little longer than normal, more than a 1-run lead. But they've given him padding, and he's still got a chance to get it together to really lock down games in the 9th through September and October.
Juan Soto 1 for 2 here in his first game at Dodger Stadium for the Padres. 2 balls and a strike on him. Dodger bullpen on that road trip, which included 4 games at Coors Field, had a 1.30 ERA. Those guys. It's like an album cover.
Sure does.
Soto grounds it softly to a waiting Hanser Alberto. 1 away. Let's check in with Kirsten.
Well, guys, you said it, the bullpen, they have been fantastic, and there are still a couple guys that are making their way back. Today, Tommy Kahnle, he threw a bullpen. He got up to about 25 pitches. He told us it was fastball, changeup, and that he felt really good coming out of it. Then there's Blake Trinan and Brusdar Graterol. The plan is that the 2 of them will throw a sim game tomorrow. Then Dave Roberts said that he will decide what that rehab assignment's going to look like. He has told us over the past week that for Blake Trinan, the rehab assignment is going to be coming sooner than later, guys.
All good news. Machado 1 for 2 with a double. One of the 3 Padres hits. Strike 1. Nothing firm back yet on Clayton Kershaw's test results. He didn't feel great today, Dave Roberts reported. I think that was to be expected when you do something to your back. The test will reveal the severity of it and give you at least a little bit of a timeline, a little bit of an idea what you're looking at. 0-2. Time not in Kershaw and the Dodgers' favor with this being in the final couple months of the year. Now, the flip side of that, though, is that the postseason starts later than ever this year. Strike 3 on Machado. Somebody's going to lose their mind on Hunter Wendell's step.
It could get to the point where the Padres are just shaking their heads and like, you know what, it's not going to change. He's having a bad night and there's no use arguing with him or accentuating the problem. But it has been a very big strike zone.
Yeah, Bob Melvin's reaction is exactly what you said. Like, what are you going to do? I mean, this is 2 out for Josh Bell. Strike 1.
Well, the first thing that decompresses you a little bit is it's 8-0. And the other thing that is kind of decompressing you is probably the fact that you know it's going both ways, but it just hurts a little bit more on your side with the scoreboard.
Fouls that one off Smith. 0-2. Hey, so looking at the postseason schedule, the division series doesn't begin until October 11th. So compared to a normal season, that's an extra week plus. And you hope that it's a minimal stay on the IL, right? But if it's more than that, when you're considering the other guys and their time frames coming back, that gives you a lot more time than you'd have in a traditional schedule.
If Clayton can't get back on a mound, let's say just for a month, he still has a little over a month to get back on the mound, get in shape, get some innings under his belt, and be ready for October.
And so, like, when you're talking about Clayton Kershaw being back for mid-September, that's like, oh, that's what, 2 still? Well, no, this year that's more. That's a full month before you're pitching in the postseason. Fingers crossed. David Price to Josh Bell with a 2-2. Got him. 1-2-3 inning for Price. 10 in a row retired by Dodger pitching. In the first inning, they got 4 runs in the 3rd inning. They've got Mookie Betts starting the 6th and taking a ball from Steven Wilson. Statement start to this series for the Dodgers. It's just one game, sure, but Padres come in here fresh off of an electric environment. Incredibly exciting week with their new acquisitions, and they looked at this as not a chance to get back into the race, even if they were to sweep the series. Still 9.5, but a measuring stick to take that newfound excitement and see how they stack up now against the big beast from the north. Betts up the middle. His second hit.
Hit it right back from where it came on the center field camera. This looks good. You see how solid he hit that? And just a bullet. Here in the batting cage, that goes right back at the machine.
Trey Turner's got a couple hits. How about 1 through 4 in the order? Combined 8 for 12.
That'll start your engine.
That'll rev them up. Strike one. Are you a racing guy?
I mean, they go around the track. It's a whole bunch of left turns. Yeah, I guess. I watch. I've been to the Daytona 500 once. It's not one where I really turn it on and watch it, but if I know it's coming to the end, the last 10 laps or so, yeah, I'll watch it then.
You've gotten into Formula One at all with the documentary? Down the line, that is foul. Drive to Survive. Have you watched that?
I have not.
It's really good.
Okay.
Should do it.
Is it real long? I watch it tonight after the game.
I mean, it's several seasons, but the episodes are 30 to an hour, 45.
Okay.
There.
Mike Levy said I should just watch the last 10 minutes instead of the last 10 laps. Mike Levy is our producer, for those who don't know.
Never got real into NASCAR.
No. Maybe a little when Jeff Gordon was really in his prime.
The DuPont 24.
There you go. Earnhardt Jr.
The number 8. Budweiser number 8.
You were in it.
A little bit.
All right. I remember my dad taking me when I was about 12, 13 years old to a theater to watch the Indianapolis 500.
Huh. That'd be a cool experience.
It was very cool. Yep. The initial big screen.
It's amazing some of the Formula One drivers are on that path from like a really early age, you know, racing these little go-karts around, and all you can see is this little head sticking out of the car, you know, when they're, what, 7, 8 years old.
Right.
It's like some of the Premier League soccer guys that get in these clubs when they're kids. In short center field, it's Ha-Seong Kim to get Turner. Let's go down to Kirsten.
Celebrate Freddie Freeman's stellar first half of the season on August 10th when the Twins come to town. The first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a Freddie Freeman bobblehead presented by Spectrum. To purchase your tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions or scan the QR code on your screen now.
The bobblehead's going the other way, isn't it?
Well, for sure. Letting the ball get deep, taking it to left.
Freddie joked around the other day, so this is why I don't take BP on the field. My BP's so boring to watch because it kind of is. It's just like little duck snort to left, line drive to left, ground ball to left. Not much turning and burning. Oh, yeah. It's coming right at your screen.
Did they pick the brightest white they could find for his teeth?
Yeah, they just took the jersey color. There's that reaction you were talking about earlier when he gets one that he thinks he should hit.
Yep.
Controls the rage, though.
I was watching his mouth on that swing to see if his mouth opens and you could see his teeth. No, he kind of pierces his lips and keeps his mouth closed. So that bobblehead's not completely realistic.
This allows Betts to go to second.
Swing previously. He is. Yeah, mouth opens up at the very end. But if that hit would have went to the opposite field, his mouth would have been closed. They substituted the face from a baseball card on that bobblehead, not an actual swing.
Is that how they do it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought you know everything.
I know as much about that as I do about
NASCAR.
Formula One and NASCAR.
Ball 3 on Freddie.
Have you studied the heart rate on those guys? Those drivers? It's off the charts.
I can't say I've studied heart rates of race car drivers.
But it's in the
It's
above
out there in the
200.
world?
Oh, yeah. They are in such unbelievable shape.
Wait, above 200 is good?
Above 200 because they are just, their heart is just flying.
Beating fast.
Yeah.
You're saying over 200 beats per minute?
Uh-huh. Wow. Oh, it's crazy, I hear. I'm almost positive it's really way up there.
It's a walk for Freeman. Why is that?
Have you ever gone 200 miles an hour?
No.
Okay.
First and second for Smith, who is 3 for 3 today. NASCAR, those guys, they check in at about 120 to 150 beats per minute.
Okay, close to 200.
Well, we're going to get to that for one in a second. Sustained 160 to 180. And they peak at more than 200 beats per minute.
Okay.
You are just a treasure trove of stuff. They do work out hard. Watch the documentary.
Okay.
Danny Ricciardo, jacked.
Really?
Yeah, and hilarious.
They got to be strong enough to, hold it up to those G-forces on the turns?
Mm-hmm. Core strength, right?
Right.
Going around the turns.
I'm sure they get a lot of really good support in their seat, but yeah, they still got to have strength that they don't slide out. Who knows? They're probably firing an awful lot. The waist up for sure.
Straight up. Straight down. Almost literally.
Yeah. The minor leagues, the phrase was home run in a test tube.
Did your PA announcer in El Paso ever yell that out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Probably where I learned it.
Second baseman, number 3, Chris Taylor.
Adrian Morejon loosening. Dodgers looking for their first run since the third. Runners at first and second. 2 gone for Chris Taylor. Knocked in a pair in the 4-run third inning. His first game off of the injured list. He's going to play kind of back in that Chris Taylor role of old. Not just left field like he was playing every day before the injury. We've touched on this, but if you weren't tuned in at that point, reason being is that he had that elbow surgery in the offseason, and so they didn't want his arm making different angled throws as an infielder. You can kind of control your environment a little better when you're in the outfield with the kinds of throws you make, but that elbow's good. And so he's going to play all over again. And that fits very well on a Dave Roberts and Andrew Friedman, Brandon Gomes roster. That flexibility, moldability for the different pieces and for the 9 spots.
Especially if the Dodgers maintain their large lead in the West and are able to capture a certain part of feeling good about home field advantage through the playoffs. They will toggle him around and rest guys to have them peak at the right time.
We started this Vin Scully tribute night with Deuces Wild in the first inning. Deuces Wild again here in the 6th. Another 2-2. Another foul out of play.
He is really grinding away at that swing and revamping it, turning back the clock so that it gets simplified. Hitters get so many more full reps compared to pitchers as far as practicing and honing their craft. The pitcher can throw full out a bullpen from the mound, you know, maybe 30 pitches, and you could maybe do 15 to 30 a day if you wanted to and still be a reliever, but you wouldn't be full out. But hitters, they can 50 to 150 swings a day. Plus shadows, plus mirror work.
Puts this one in play, but an easy play at that. 2 in the 6th. In his first inning of work, Jake Cronenworth to start his second inning. The Padres got 2 base runners in the first inning as Reyes Maranta warms. They got a leadoff walk in the second. They've had just 1 base runner since. And between Gonsolin and Price, 0 for their last 10. Series will continue tomorrow. Andrew Heaney for the Dodgers, Mike Clevenger for the Padres. And then on Sunday Night Baseball, Tyler Anderson and Yu Darvish.
David Price continuing on. 7 of his 29 outings this year have been more than an inning. Four shakes to get to this pitch.
Weak grounder to Hanser Alberto, who's been perfectly positioned a few times tonight.
Third baseman Brandon Drury.
1 away in the 7th. When did they know David Price was different? Love hearing parents' stories about when they knew. And David's parents, Bonnie and Debbie, say they had an idea really early on because they'd watched David's 2 older brothers both grow up and eventually become college athletes. David was doing things as a 3-year-old that his brothers didn't do until they were 6 or 7. His first one to Brandon Drury is fouled back. The first time they watched him toss his plastic ball up and hit it over the house, would entertain himself like that for hours as a 3-year-old, back and forth over the house. David might have had a feeling too, because he told his kindergarten teacher he planned on being a baseball player when he grew up. It became clearer and clearer as David got older. Legendary high school athlete, one of the greatest athletes in his town and in his area's history, really. To Vanderbilt, to the majors, where he's won a Cy Young, won a World Series. Been an all-star 5 times. Ahead of Drury 1 and 2.
He's never shown a lot of emotion out there on the mound. He's always been very poised, very measured in his facial expressions and his delivery, and just the whole picture of David Price on a big league mound.
Strike 3 call, 2 gone.
David Price is on a roll. This whole Dodger bullpen is on a roll. They've only given up 2 earned runs in their last 25 innings.
Price has had it rolling for the last really month plus. He's retired all 5 that he's faced. 2 gone in the 7th, and here's Trent Grisham. Now, David, the youngest of those 3 boys, and the youngest by far. Jackie's 54 now. Damon's 46. 10 years after Damon was born, David came along. His parents' little surprise, they call him. But Damon used to let David play in his pickup games in the driveway. Wouldn't lower the hoop for him. Didn't take it easy on him. David used to come in crying. Whether it was basketball or baseball or bowling, the Price family was always competing, and they never gave any breaks to the littlest one. And we're all products of the environment we grew up in. And David says a lot of his edge came from that environment. There's 1-1 to Grisham. He's low for ball 2.
Good shot there, just a little up, a little bit wide. Visually, that's been a strike a lot tonight.
That's a walk. First base runner for the Padres since the 3rd inning. And that'll be the last one that Price faces. Chris back in the majors with a little facial hair going. A little scruff. Grisham walked with 2 away. Ended the outing for David Price, who retired the first 5 that he faced. And Almirante to Jorge Alfaro. Alfaro's 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout for the one they call El Oso, the Bear. quickly 0-2. Moranta gets him promptly. Takes him just 3 pitches to finish off the inning. And we stretch an 8-0 game.
Forever.
Hanser Alberto against Adrian Morahone. Swings and misses. Strike 1. Nomar Mazara is into the game in right field. Getting Juan Soto a little break here with a game in hand. And Morahone, who's returned from Tommy John surgery. ERA above 6 over his first 8 games. Working out of the bullpen. Nothing in 2 on Alberto. The Dodgers, not just the beautiful tribute pregame, but a great start to the actual game, getting 4 runs in the first inning and 4 runs in the third, and trying to make this a great night all around.
Come into a series like this with much anticipation after the trade deadline and the reinforcements added to the Padres.
Mazar.
And the Dodgers come in hot, so it wasn't like they needed to turn anything around, but you want to come in and you still want to make a statement. And boy, it was electric in here in the first inning. It's the loudest I've heard this place in a first inning in a long, long time. And then to capitalize and get another 4 in the third, it really has turned into we're hot, we're still hot, and it doesn't matter who we're playing.
On the verge of going to 28-5 over a 33-game stretch. I mean, this is starting to get into that 2017 neighborhood. Vargas looking to reach for the first time tonight. Takes a strike and a curveball. The 2017 team had a 56-11 stretch. Almost as crazy as winning 56 of 67 was the fact that they followed that by losing 16 of 17.
Now that was a flip of a switch the wrong way.
On 104 games that year, that was an LA Dodger record. They won 106 in 2019. They won 106 last year. Coming into the night, they're on pace for 111 this year. Trace 0 for 2. Walked and scored, though, and strike 1.
The large lead, even with that hot streak, they have been pounding the National League West. So anybody who thought about being on top of the National League West, the Dodgers put them in the rearview mirror.
Well, the Giants fade continuing with a 4-game sweep at the hands of the Dodgers. A rare Friday night off for San Francisco. They'll play 2 games against the A's beginning tomorrow. A 1-2 to Thompson. Line to center. Grisham picks it off. On to the 8th. 8-0. Joey Gallo's in the game in right. Ball and a strike on Kim.
Joey Gallo had some simulated at-bats before the game. He and Justin Turner were taking some simulated at-bats off a minor league pitcher that was brought up to throw to them. He was hitting the ball a long way.
Yeah.
Justin looked healthy and was free and easy with his swings, getting back.
He's hoping that he's off as soon as he's eligible to come off on Tuesday. And they welcome in the Twins.
He was hitting them over the aisle in the right field pavilion. And that is way up there, above halfway.
Softly hit. Maranta gets to it quickly. That gets by Freeman, and Kim will wind up at second.
A base hit and an E1 on the throw. Just a slider low and away that he had him completely fooled, but Kim, in making contact, forces you to get the job done, and got off the mound pretty well, but it would have been bang bang at first if he could have got it there in the air.
Runner in scoring position, top of the order up. Jurickson Profar is hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. And he's behind 0-1. James Outman was sent back to AAA Oklahoma City. And Blake Harris of True Blue LA just tweeted video of a home run he hit. Look it up.
Oh, really?
Oh, my gosh. Here, I'll show you. Oral's over here looking at my computer. I'm showing him the home run. You guys should check it out, too. Watch where this thing goes, dude.
It's got some serious flow coming out of the helmet there. Oh, my gosh. It's up in the trees.
Yeah, look this thing up. Blake Harris TBLA at Blake Harris TBLA just posted footage of James Outman's home run. It's in Salt Lake. Clears the grass berm, clears the sidewalk beyond it, and goes into the forest.
That reminded me of Jurickson Profar at the Little League World Series, hitting it into the forest when he was a 12-year-old. You just knew he was going to be a big leaguer when you saw him play in Little League. When I was broadcasting the Little League World Series, he was amazing then and still very, very good now.
This happens to be the anniversary of the longest home run ever hit at Dodger Stadium. Willie Stargell is the only guy to hit it out of Dodger Stadium twice. And on this date in 1969, he hit one 506 feet that cleared the right field pavilion.
I love Pop's batting style. He would kind of windmill the bat as he was waiting for the pitcher to deliver the ball.
That's, again, Hunter Wendelstedt not realizing how many strikes there were. Because when he does, he really punches guys out hard. Right?
Yep. That was a very light ring.
One gone. And this is Soto's spot in the order. Nomar Mazara to hit. Giancarlo Stanton has hit a ball out of Dodger Stadium. Mike Piazza did it. Mark McGwire did it. And Willie Stargell did it twice. Longest home run of the year for the Dodgers remains Austin Barnes in Colorado, first series of the year. Just ask him.
Try and catch me, boys.
Yeah. was messing with him today. I said, yeah, it was fun. And then they traded for Joey Gallo.
Yeah.
Joey's average home runs go that distance. He hit one against Clayton Kershaw in this ballpark as a rookie. And Vin described it on his call as, it looks like a marble. 2-2. Here's that
Here's
home
the
run.
1-1 pitch. High fly ball. It looks like a marble as it goes way back, more than halfway up the pavilion. So Joey Gallo shows us what we have heard about him. Monstrous power and a gigantic home run.
That's where he was hitting them this afternoon off a minor leaguer.
Nazar down on strikes, 2 gone. Couple 40 home run campaigns for Big Joey. 6'5", 235 pounds, and when he connects, it goes a long, long way.
So you're saying that Austin Barnes should enjoy his title for a little bit longer, but that'll be it.
Yeah, there's a chance. Longest one at Dodger Stadium this year, Chris Taylor, 441 feet against the Tigers in late April. Chris only has 6 total. One of them was that. Matthew Batten here takes ball. On a team that's got some big-time stars, some big, strong guys. Taylor and Barnes, a couple sneaky strong guys with the longest homers. One ball, 1 strike. Batten's pinch hitting for Manny Machado. One and 2. The Dodgers turned this one into a laugher pretty quickly. 8-0 after 3 innings. Against Sean Manaea. It's going to be their 15th win over the Padres in their last 17 meetings. It's starting to look like, 2020 with the teams playing in the division series, and then Padres dominating the first half last year. Those thrilling head-to-head matchups, intense head-to-head matchups. And the Padres had evened the playing field, having not won a season series in more than a decade. The Dodgers have put their foot down again. Scoreless 8th for Reyes Maranta. Padres unable to take advantage of a runner in scoring position with nobody out. It will end with one of their backup position players on the mound, Matthew Batten. Actually has made a pitching appearance. Gave up a run against the Giants back in early July. Nice smooth delivery. Threads it in there at 52. On the corner. Strike 1.
Well, there is easy gas, but this is easy lob.
Yeah. 50. That's hard to hit.
That's easy to hit. It's just hard to hit it hard. When you're used to hitting 95.
When we talk about this, anytime position player pitches, the floor is so low for a hitter. The ceiling's not that high because, like, you hit a home run and it's like, good job, that's what you should do. But then there's the fear of not making contact and not doing what you should do. That's not a real fun thing for Joey. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if that one would register.
Half of a decent fastball.
46.
Got the Little League World Series coming up, and a couple kids are going to top that.
Oh yeah, double it. They have the shift on because when the pitcher's throwing 95, he pulls the ball to the right side. The pitcher throws 50 and under, he goes oppo.
First two hits as a Dodger, both to the opposite field. The guy that hits it that way less than any player in baseball. Strike on Trey Turner. Smile on his face. Almost hit him. Where it's Ray.
He's keeping it inside, so he pulls it foul.
That's what he does. Trey has two of the Dodgers' 12 hits in this game. To right for Mazzara. 2 gone in the 8th. Why don't we take a look at what's coming up with the Nissan calendar? It'll be Andrew Heaney and Mike Clevenger tomorrow at 6 o'clock, hour earlier than most of the Saturday games this season. And then on Sunday, Tyler Anderson and Yu Darvish. Speaking of Tyler Anderson, look who's coming up.
The whole world is upside down right now.
Yeah, it is. Listen to this hand.
Number 31, Tyler Anderson.
This is an 096 career hitter with a pair of home runs, including one last year. It's the hardest one the Batten's thrown, digging deep. Spoiled it.
He's got to get on top of the dish. He's not reaching that outside fader. Make an adjustment. Why are you so far from the plate?
Down swinging. Fun moment in a fun night.
This bullpen has been on a roll. They have only given up 2 earned runs now in the last 27 2/3. Well, it's 26 2/3. I'm expecting one more 0 in this inning. It's new math, Joe.
Close enough. You were close. Josh Bell leads off the inning. He's 1 for 3 tonight. One of the 4 hits for the Padres. Only 1 hit for the Padres since the 3rd inning. One ball, 1 strike.
He is a good hitter from both sides of the plate. He's got great bat-to-ball skills. He's got power. He's a good addition to the Padres.
He'll play first. He'll DH. Eric Hosmer finally dealt. I think they're talking about dealing him for years. It was originally part of the deal to Washington, but he vetoed that trade and wound up in Boston. And then Luke Voigt became part of the deal to D.C. First base and DH relative to the rest of the league have been trouble spots. Bell helping solve those, they hope. Finally finds himself on a winning team because he started his career in Pittsburgh and gets traded to the Nationals and went into last year thinking he was on a winning team for the first time, but we all know how that went. Teardown began. They were horrible this year, but gets traded to a contender. And hearing everything you hear about Josh Bell, people just rave about the guy and the presence. You figure this is the kind of circumstances where he's really going to thrive. Phil Bickford, who's put up zeros in 9 of his last 10 games. Leadoff walk.
We talked about Freddie Freeman's bobblehead coming and how big the smile is with the swing going to the opposite field. I wonder if Phil Bickford gets a bobblehead someday, if his tongue is going to be out. He heard me and he put it back in.
As he fires to Jake Cronenworth, Josh Bell will take second. And here comes Will Smith.
This is like, look, Vic, you know, Friday night fireworks. These people want to see it. The game's in hand. Just give me some strikes here.
For sure.
I wouldn't even mind a visit like that. It kind of changed the chemistry in your brain, you know, make a little joke out of something, kind of relax and come on, let's go. Mike Scioscia was very good at those kind of meetings.
The impromptu, just a little jab.
Just a little
whatever.
jab, a little fun. He'd needle you or he'd tell you something funny or he'd say, hey, look up in the family section. Do you see Ann, his wife? Or, hey, you see your wife? She still in the front row or are you embarrassing her right now? She went to the bathroom.
Grounder to Taylor in short right field. That's the first out of the ninth. Three-hour tour.
Dieter sets his phone for that, I think.
Yeah.
First pitch, he pushes the button. It's got a 3-hour timer on it. When that thing goes off, he starts playing that song.
That's what to do. Apparently, by the way, we missed it when we were talking about cars. He was playing songs about cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of times I rely on you for those because I don't know. Brandon Drury, ball one.
I apologize.
It's okay. I had you deep in the F1 discussion.
Yes. I can't hear music and name songs when I'm deep into
F1 discussion.
F1 and
I get it. Who
NASCAR.
can?
Yeah.
Line to right. Gallo there to make the catch. Bell coming home. Gallo throwing home. And the Padres getting on the board. 9th inning run. Sacrifice fly for Brandon Drury.
I've talked about kind of a category for a team error. I think there should also be a category for kind of the run that is given up by a reliever in a blowout game because they let them steal second, and it's just like that's just a odd run to give up. It's for the team. You're out there getting it done, but it hurts, especially with today's salaries and what's at stake for these guys. Those ticky-tack things do hurt.
Counterpoint would be don't walk the leadoff man.
That's true. That is true. I guess I'm talking from stinging and past experiences.
You remember how it feels.
Exactly. It feels good tonight, mostly when you're a Dodger. It has been a fun night, and it's been a great night to remember Vin.
Kind of felt like Vin would live forever, and like we were talking earlier, he will.
Yep. He will be with us for as long as we have memories.
It's foul. This one's fair. Vargas to the bag. Dodgers lead. Padres 1.
Dodgers win big on a night when it is fitting. Thank you, Vin.
Well, on Vin's last sign-off in 2016, his last game in San Francisco, he said, "We've been friends for a long time. I know in my heart that I've needed you more than you've ever needed me, and I'll miss our